Travel is my passion. I have been all around the world, and when I had kids, I decided that we were going to travel full time. So we did. Since they are born, we traveled 75 to 80% of the year, up until they had to start school, which was interrupted with COVID. So we kept traveling. They have been everywhere. They have lived in Mexico and California and New York, and I have lived before kids all over. I lived in Belize, I lived in France, Guatemala, Miami, New York, London. Traveling when you're single is easy. You put your stuff in a bag, you meet a boy, and you date for food. Like, it's cheap, it's fast, you sleep anywhere. You can stay at an expensive hotel, you can stay at a not expensive hotel, you can stay at your friend's house. But when you have kids, you have to organize a little bit more. It's not a vacation anymore, it's just a change of fucking venue. Hi, my name is Izzy, and I am an average rich housewife. An average rich housewife is a housewife, obviously, but we're average rich. We're not quite as wealthy as J-Lo and Jay-Z, but not quite living in the boroughs. I'm gonna let you into my world. The friends, the chaos.
Can I have a really dirty Grey Goose martini?
The restaurants, the fashion, all of it. You are going to see the inside world of an actual Manhattan housewife. Traveling with children has been complicated. It's not as complicated as people think, but now I have kids, so I have to plan and make sure there are playgrounds around, and essentially you're not going to have cocktails in the middle of the afternoon, you're going to chase children and entertain them. You're literally just changing venues. You are in no way on vacation. It is travel, not vacation. I want to repeat that. It is travel, not vacation. I bring my children everywhere. I refuse to leave them behind. They come with me and they are amazing.
Hi.
We are not a Club Med, all-inclusive kind of family. I have no interest in sitting with a bunch of fat people from Michigan and drinking alcohol in any way. We explore, we go everywhere. We are checking out of Barcelona, heading to Shell in the Lakes. I want to say 10 years ago, or 12 years, I'm getting old. So 12 to 15 years ago, somewhere in there, I lived in Belize for a while, and from there I would visit Guatemala because it's super close, so it's always been near and dear to me. And most recently, one of my best friends moved there. So me and the kids went to visit her and her son.
Yes. I just said no.
And this was our journey. We arrived in Guatemala City. We're a little tired. Super late. Let's check over to our hotel.
Ooh, ah la la. Ooh la la.
So some things when you travel with kids, you are not going to a fucking fashion show. You are literally wearing the basics because you have to get up and get going. I usually do Airbnbs, not hotels, because it's easier. They can make themselves comfortable. My one boy needs Wi-Fi, which is really hard because we've been going to these off-the-grid places, and he has a breakdown with the limited Wi-Fi services. Baby diva, of course, as you would imagine. How are those pancakes, Max?
Delicious.
Do you love them?
Yes.
Woo! Guatemala, this trip was really, really great. It's a super nature, get in touch with your yogi, which I don't have, nor did I get in touch with, but I did it for my friend, kind of place. And one of my boys, Simon, who loves nature, was in his element. So it was spectacular for that. 5-day max because the water didn't get that hot. And they didn't have heat, even though I was in a spectacular Airbnb. But other than that, it's wonderful. Beautiful nature, landscapes, if you're into that Zen thing. Pro tips for people traveling with kids: bring a fucking nanny. No, if you don't have one like me, pack light. You don't need to bring everything. They don't need all the shit that you think they need. Don't need the 4,000 car seats and the 3,000 bottles. You don't need any of that. People are living around the world thriving with minimal. So if those babies can be surviving, so can yours. It's gonna be just fine. No sound machine, not necessary, none of it. Just go and explore and see different things, and don't be afraid to, eat the cake by the shoes kind of thing.
Mommy, do you have napkins?
No, but we can get some, don't worry.
I have wipes.
Auntie Laura has wipes. Take your fucking kids. Stop leaving them at fucking home. You can do the romantic vacation in 18 years when they leave. You only get 18 years with them. Your sugar daddy will be there in 18 years, I promise. And if he's not, you get a new one. Men are like buses. Every 7 minutes they come along. Replacement. Up until they were 5, they traveled probably 75 to 80% of the year. We were literally just place to place to place, 4 months here, 3 months here, 5 months here. They went to like a small school, but I would pull them in and out. They have literally been traveling full time their whole lives. This is the first year that they are not traveling full time, but we leave every weekend and every long vacation. So they're travelers. I have no desire to sit here. I want to just see everything. I went to Guatemala to visit one of my really good friends who was recently divorced, happily, and she moved there with her son, and we went to visit. And obviously I got to explore my old stomping grounds and show my kids.
Hi, Auntie Laura.
And
What?
I'm really glad we did, because it was a special, special trip.
Let's go get Papa.
Today we have another day of slow travel. Heading to Antigua. We are leaving Lake Atitlan and heading to Antigua. And I didn't drink too much, so it wasn't so bad. And she had a nanny, so that helped. So we'll be going back. If you're going to Guatemala, I would definitely say do the lakes, Lake Atitlan, go to San Marco, Panajachel, check it all out. 100%. Obviously go to Antigua, Payaca. You can stay away from Guatemala City. It doesn't entertain me in any way, but Antigua is super charming and it has a great nightlife. So we're leaving this beautiful place. The kids had a great time, and now we are off to our next stop. I hate leaving places or saying goodbye, so we're definitely not saying goodbye. Just see you next time. Next week on The Average Rich Housewife. I grew up in Brooklyn in Bensonhurst. I come from what I didn't realize at the time, but realize now, humble beginnings. We were on food stamps and my mom was a single mom, and it was really hard and we struggled, and I didn't notice because everybody around us was just like us. So you don't realize that you're not going on vacation when nobody you know is going on vacation. My mom raised us, and as we got older, my brothers started to be successful and I started to become more self-sufficient and successful, and my sister, and so, and my mother became more successful in her own career and her own finances. She had grit like nobody else, and a very open mind and very outspoken. And I understand why. When you go through so much shit, there's no reason to hold back. You really just don't give a fuck, and I can appreciate that. Hey everyone, it's your favorite housewife, Izzy. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next week.